Hey guys, a small tutorial to show you how to import the grass and foliage things as ZugZug made for Unity, but here in Unreal Engine. So ZugZug accept to send me those files, so I'm gonna use it for the tutorial. As you can see, I just create an empty world and gonna import the file. So yeah, where put them? It's a bit messy here. Yeah, okay. Up. Okay, so as we can see, okay, so I have the texture that ZugZug with the albedo and the alpha in it. I will show you how to create a simple shader for it and how to apply it and paint the foliage like ZugZug said. So I'm gonna create a shader. So I'm gonna call it MM like master material. If you are familiar with Unreal Engine, you know there is both type of material. There is master and instance. Yeah, instance you can tweak parameter and change texture map and this kind of things. So to be sure that I ensure a clean hierarchy in my shader, I only add a prefix like mm for master and mi for instance. So grass. Okay. So I will do a pretty simple shader for it. Like we just need the texture. In the texture, we are going to use it as a unlit because it's hand paint things. So the albedo going emissive and the alpha go into, oh my bad. You need to set up the material as masked. So yeah, you have a 1 or 0 value if you have to enable the visibility of a pixel into the engine. So I put the alpha into it, and as you can see in my demo sphere for the shader is complete. One thing that you want to do is to two-sided it, so you can see from both sides of your mesh. Okay, here we go. And now I'm gonna apply it to my to my grass. I'm not gonna do all the grass stuff. I'm just gonna do the cluster to show you. But for example, you have your grass set. You take your shader, put it here. There we go. It works perfectly. That's nice. So now that we have our grass set ready, we can do to the foliage part of it. Into the foliage we can add some foliage mesh, so after that we can paint it to scatter it around the map. So if I drag and drop my foliage, it will create a foliage type asset to store the information of the foliage type. So usually I create a folder like to have my foliage type ready. So new folder, foliage type, and drag and drop it, foliage type, yeah. And as you can see here, it creates a foliage type. But for now, for simple things, you don't want to tweak here. You will do all the tweak and parameter directly in the foliage tool. So when I click on my foliage tool, for now I can scatter it directly. The thing work perfectly, and here we go. But we want a bit more control, as ZugZug show into his video. So what we can tweak easily is the scale. The scale of the object will be how is globally scaled or stretched if we don't want an uniform scale. For example, if I go to single placement, all the cluster have the same size. Okay, and as we can see, there is a little artifact we can get rid of just after that. So to do that, you can here you have two values, the minimum scale value and the maximum. If I increase the range of the scale value, as you can see, there is different size at each iteration of my of scattering my cluster. So if I paint, there is a bit too much density. You can change the global density of your brush or the density of your foliage type. Here I just reduce of my brush. Okay, and as you can see, there is some small cluster and some big one. So that's nice. Maybe it's a bit too high. So I'm gonna put some lesser value, yeah, and increase my density. And here we start to have a little grass field. That's nice. Okay, so with the little one and the big one. Other thing we can say is there is a little height offset on the Z axis here. We can tweak it here. We can put a range to have difference between your iteration. Like if you want some grass to be higher than other, like for example, can we see it here? Here we have a big space and smaller one here, as you can see. But that's not what we want here. We want to get rid of this little flying effect. So I'm gonna reduce it. I'm gonna put think -10 will be good. And yeah, as you can see now, all the grass cluster touch the floor, and that's what we are looking for. Maybe I will increase the value as those ones are still flying. So multiply by 2. If I want to erase, I just click erase button. Up. And here we go. We don't have flying grass anymore. Okay, so we can tweak a lot of things, like for end paint stuff. Sometimes you don't want the grass to cast shadow, to have like less noise into the floor. So you can disable the cast shadow of your mesh directly in your foliage type parameter in the foliage mode. And as you can see, there is no more shadow, and hey, voila, we made it pretty simple. That's great. Okay. And for shader things, you can add a lot of things. So this kind of shader is pretty simple, but you can add like a grass wind into it. You can add some color variation at the top of the grass, for example. Those kind of things. If you want, I can make another video to show a bit more complex shader and technique for grass and foliage. But for now, for what you are looking for, so the same video as ZugZug made, but for Unreal, you have all what you need. And if I made the example with like flower cluster, so again, up, here we go, create a foliage type, register the foliage type, paint. I have both one selected. I am selected to paint only flower. Bit too too big, so I'm gonna reduce the global scale, like by half. Yeah, this is fine. I want some bigger flower and some smaller one. Here we go. And there are nearly no artifact of flying, so I'm not gonna touch the Z offset. But yeah, fine, and we can have a complete grass field here. Hope this helped you, and looking forward for what you can make with those boss tutorial of how to make grass and foliage atlas, and how you can implement it into Unreal Engine. Glad to help you.